Hey Brooke, my name is Natalie Ward, and in this video, I want to show you 3 things that you can do today to help bring more customers to your business. And most likely, you're sitting there asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, you're occupied running a business, managing employees, and probably doing some of the work and visiting job sites yourself. And I'm a nerd and I love this stuff and I love helping businesses to grow. And sometimes the only hesitation that businesses have to hiring someone is that they don't know who's an expert and they don't know who to trust. So I found that by giving them this custom video of actual things that they can do to impact their business has resulted in some of them coming back to me and saying, Natalie, I like this. Can you please do this for me? So if by the end of this video, you see that I have value to add to your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if you want to just take this information I give to you and use it for yourself, that works for me too. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition. We're going to talk about content, citations, and backlinks. So the first thing I want to go over is content. And content is queen, baby. Because Google, I'm sure you know, is not a human. And behind the scenes, they have these tiny little minion robots that are crawling the web and they're looking for keywords linked with a specific location to best match their searcher with the services that they're looking for. So most business owners know that they need content, but they don't know that the average length of the number one result on Google for landscapers is about 1,500 to 2,500 words. So for you to show up at the top of Google, you need at least 1,500 words on your home page with the right authoritative content that is also keyword rich. So right now, you guys are sitting at a little over 500 words of content on your home page. And so content, I've pulled up your home page. Also, for like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. I watched this like 100 times before I even started making this video because I was just like in a trance. So I wouldn't change anything about the aesthetics of your website. It's freaking awesome. But what you do need is some more content. So content is anything that can be like highlighted in here, which is not a whole lot, but can be highlighted. There we go. So what also counts as that Google can find is what your pictures are saved as. So when we look in here, this is saved as download. So this could be a place where you utilize inserting keywords. Okay, then I've pulled your competition's website, Divine Design Landscaping, and they have a lot more content on their homepage than you guys do, but not that much more. Right? They've got like a little over 600 words of content on here, so they're beatable, right? They just put a little more effort in with their content, but not their aesthetics. You guys, this is so much cooler. Anyways, this tool is called Ahrefs and I pay a couple $100 a month for it, but essentially it gives me like behind the scenes details that Google is looking at when it's ranking a site. So this is Divine Designs and they're ranking for 493 keywords and it's giving them a traffic of 433 people to their site a month. So we can click in here and see what they're ranking for. Irrigation services, Divine Design Landscaping, Landscaping Phoenix. And this is the amount of people that are searching for that a month. So 160 people, Landscapers Phoenix, 200 people are searching for that a month. Okay, so then we can go over and look at your guys' site. You guys are ranking for 7 keywords, which is giving you a traffic of 91 people. So you have AME landscaping, AME landscape, which these are great, but they are also brand specific. So not exactly what your ideal customer is punching in when they're looking for your services in Google. So here's what that looks like. Let me make sure I didn't lose you. Okay. When we put in Landscaper Phoenix, this first section is ads, and ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation for your website isn't dialed in. So be careful not to burn your money with Google Ads until you know for sure that your site will convert. So the next thing that I want to go over is citations. Okay, so what are citations? Citations are your Google, your business name, address, and phone number that are listed on different directories throughout the web. So, for example, to give a little imagery, these are places such as Yahoo, Yelp, and even your social media pages. Okay, and what those do for you, like why are citations important? Well, when we come down here, we have the Google Map Pack, okay, or Google Maps, and I'm sure you've seen this 100 times. But what drives these top 3 positions here is citations. So the more citations you have in Google's eyes, they see you as an authoritative figure and a trustworthy business, right? So how do you get to one of these top spots? Because this is where you really want to be, because this is about like 40% of your business should be coming from. There is software that you can use out there that will tell you exactly where these top 3 competitors are getting their citations from. And we would go get you those same citations and then not stop there, add like 50 to 100 more so that you're not just beating them out, but you're sitting comfortably at the top, and it's going to take them a lot longer to catch up to you. Okay. And now let's talk about the third thing that I wanted to go over with you today, and that's link juice or backlinks. And this third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So we've typed in Landscaper Phoenix, and we come down here to the organic section, and you can see that your site isn't number 1, but that's where you want to be. And to get there, you need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, it comes down to backlinks. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think of it like this. If site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice, kind of like a vote of confidence. And in Google's eyes, this is passing authority. So the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link, right? You guys are landscapers. You probably get a lot of your materials from the same supplier. Okay, that supplier goes on their website and gives you a shout out with a link back to your website. That's a strong, relevant link, right? Pizza Hut giving you a link back to your website, not so great because you guys don't sling pizzas. So how do we look at, like, find out about backlinks? Back here in Ahrefs, we can come over to your guys's, and you guys have 127 backlinks. Not bad, but not dominant. And we need to go in here and see where they're coming from and whether they're suppliers that are giving you backlinks or Pizza Hut. We come over to your competition here. They have 375 backlinks, right? And that are coming from strong, relevant sources. So once again, how do we get these? Well, we can use Ahrefs to look in here and see where their backlinks are coming from, and then get those same links for your business. All right, Brooke, getting you to the top isn't magic. It's just a method, and I've shown you that method here today. So once again, we went over content. Your front page needs at least 1,500 words. Citations, you want to have 200 to 300 of these to beat out the competition by a landslide. And then link juice. You need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google that you are the authority. And so where do we go from here? Well, like I said, you're more than welcome to use this information and implement it yourself. Totally fine with that. However, if you want to skip the learning curve, if you want to focus your energy on your next landscaping job, call me. My phone number is 907-957-1027, Again, my name is Natalie, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good one.